10:32 now. Senator Ted Cruz taking aim at Donald Trump. This new attack ad slamming the frontrunner. The web-based ad features children playing with a Trump action doll and slams Trump as a phony conservative. Here is part of that.
Check out my house, Mr. Trump. That's a lousy house. I'm gonna take your house with eminent domain and park my limos there. Eminent domain!
We wouldn't tolerate these values in our children. Why would we want them in a president?
And it goes from there. Lars Larson, syndicated radio host for Compass Media Networks, and Leslie Marshall, syndicated radio talk show host and a Fox News contributor. Hello to both of you.
Good morning.
I'm looking through my notes here. Neither one of you like this ad. I mean,
no.
What's up? You got a sense of humor? Lars, go.
Well, listen, I've always despised people who use children in political ads. And I don't care whether I agree with the issue or disagree with the issue. Any adult who wants to run for president should not co-opt children to carry his message. And yeah, there are some good points in the ad, if made by an adult, about the political positions of Donald Trump. I don't agree with all of them. But the fact is that Trump has resonated with so many American Republicans and conservatives, despite some of his liberal points of view. And as for giving money to both sides, if you talk to anybody who does business in this country, big companies and big individuals like Trump tend to give money to both sides because they operate in a political environment and they need both sides to be happy with them.
He's pretty much said that, though. But back to the spot. Trump pretends to be a Republican. Leslie, hey, Hillary, I'll give you money to be my friend. I mean, look, I took it tongue in cheek, but apparently neither of you do. Go.
Well, hell has definitely frozen over because Lars and I agreed today on something. I think it's terrible to use children and in a sensationalistic manner, and I'm the mother of two, a 7 and an 8-year-old, for political gain. And you know, Bill, to go further, just looking at this from a business and political standpoint, everybody's talking about the ad and the kids, but it's not necessarily helping Cruz or hurting Trump. So it didn't do really what Ted Cruz wanted.
I would argue.
So I think it backfired.
I would argue if you're analyzing this commercial, look at the words that are used, because soon it will be leveled by an adult and not kids. Now, here is Trump from last night. He was near Clemson University in northwestern part of the state of South Carolina. Watch.
People are tired of losing in this country. We're losing all the time. People are tired of stupidity, incompetence. We're not going to have it anymore. We're not going to have it. And, you know, we had a case where somebody was talking about the anger that they think I have. I'm not an angry person. You're not angry. But we're angry about the way our country is run.
So he takes his message from New Hampshire to South Carolina, Lars. Is South Carolina much different from the voters in New Hampshire who have clearly spoken that they're ticked off?
I think that he's going to do, I think that Donald Trump's going to do very well in South Carolina, and I think his message is resonating. Americans are sick and tired of the political class on both sides, and it seems both parties are getting that message, that the outsiders, or those perceived as outsiders, are going to do very well against those who are perceived as those who are operating from within the system. Although what's hard to understand is how Democrats see Bernie Sanders as an outsider. He's been in politics almost his entire life.
Which is a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
And he would not disagree with that, by the way. I mean, he's been in D.C. forever. Leslie, is it Trump versus Cruz in South Carolina, or is there something lurking out there that we have not picked up on?
Well, I think that we've seen a heck of a performance, obviously, in New Hampshire by John Kasich, although I do think that South Carolina is going to be between Trump and Ted Cruz. South Carolina has a lot of evangelical voters that are Republicans, and Trump is going to bring some of those Republicans who maybe want an outsider, a non-establishment person, a non-politician, or some of those independents who are not happy with the rest of the field and who like some of his bans and proposals regarding immigrants or regarding Muslims. And so I think Ted Cruz is going to do a lot better than the polls are showing because of the evangelicals, but I think Donald Trump can hold his own to a degree in that state. Yeah. I just don't see Kasich and Rubio measuring up to the top two.
I tell you what I want to see to both of you. I want to see what kind of crowd the 43rd president gets. and what day they decide to roll him out and what he says and what sort of attention that draws. And there was a memo leaked on Tuesday night, Lars, that lays out Jeb Bush's strategy. He's going to say this about Kasich and this about Rubio and this about Donald Trump.
Wow. So he spent $60 million in 8 months going from the presumptive front runner to bottom of the pile, and now he's surging back from 5th place. I'll believe it when I see it. I think it's over for Jeb. Politically speaking, he's a dead man walking.
We shall see. Lars, thanks. Leslie, thanks to you. 22 before the hour. South Carolina's on 220.